My name is Christiane Mayomigalo Hanari. I am 50 years old. I am an entrepreneur in the steel and iron business. I've always had prejudice against the Universal Church. I heard a lot that the bishop steals, that the bishop would steal from poor people who were uneducated. And my mother was invited to go exactly to the Universal Church. We had said to her, "How is it that you are going to that church of thieves, where they steal and everything else? We have heard that if you take your bag there, when you close your eyes, those women who stand around the church, as soon as you close your eyes, they will open your bag and steal your wallet, money, or anything they find in there. So don't close your eyes." Then my mum would reply, "What will they steal? We are going there for another reason, and it isn't like you're saying." She would invite us to come with her, and we would say not at all. When I was 21, I went to Japan to try and have a better life there. When I arrived there, I started going to parties and having nights out. After 4 years, I met and married my husband. When I was 30 years old, I went for a routine checkup and discovered that I had cancer. My grandmother had already died from cancer, so I lost the ground beneath my feet. I told myself, how? Will I die? The first person that came to mind was my mother. I called her, and she told me, "Come to the town where your brother is to see me." She was visiting him in Japan. As I had taken a previous test, I wanted to have another test done there. When I arrived there, she said, "I'm not taking you to have the test now. I will take you first to see a pastor, so he can talk to you." I said, "No, Mum, no pastors. I came here to have some tests. Are you taking me to a pastor?" She said, "Yes, I will take you to a pastor. Do you not want to be healed?" I said, "I do, Mum, but at the hospital." She insisted, "No, I am taking you to see a pastor." We went in the evening, and after the meeting, I was seen by a pastor. He asked me, "Do you believe in God?" I said, "I do." Then he asked me, "Do you know what God is?" To which I replied, "I think I do. He is up there in heaven. He helps. My mom always said to us when we were kids that he lives in heaven and that he helps people." He then told me, "No, he is much more than this. Let's make a prayer and trust that he will heal you." I said, "I believe." I had lost my footing. The truth is that I was afraid of dying. So he made a prayer and then said, "Tomorrow you will go there, have the test done as normal, and believe that you don't have anything." I said, "That's fine." The following day, we woke up and went to the hospital. I had all the tests done again. I was asked to return in the afternoon to learn about the results, because in Japan, everything is really quick. You can have tests in the morning, and by the afternoon, you have the results. When we returned and entered a dark room, there were doctors there and they were all laughing. My mum asked why they were laughing about something so serious as cancer. They answered, "It is because we don't understand." The previous test showed that she had 11 nodules of cancer, which needed to be removed. In the test today, it shows that she has nothing. We want to redo the test because we don't understand what is happening. My mom said straight away, "Do you see the power of God?" I said, "I do." Because I thought I was going to die. And I did not believe. I had always criticized you for going to the church. I always spoke badly about Bishop Macedo. My mom said to me, "Let's get out of here. Let's go to the church to thank God." I went to the church. I went on my knees. And I said to God that I would never leave his house. I had not believed in what my mom spoke about. But I realized that during those 10, 12 years that she was in the church, she was praying for us, for her 4 children. None of us had attended the church with her. We only criticized it. So from that moment, I told God, if you accept me as a person, as your child, I will be in your house. Then I started going to the church in Japan. I was baptized in Japan. By being in the church, I was able to see that all the talk about being robbed there were all lies. No one ever asked me for money. I was never coerced into giving tithes or offerings. Bishop Macedo never appeared in videos like it was said, saying, you have to give what you have. You understand? He has never said anything like that. I started understanding the word. And after being a simple worker in Japan, I set up an import and export company. People who knew me said, I don't understand. You are attending that church where they steal your money, and today you are a businesswoman. You hire people who work in factories for your company. We replied, exactly. People lie out there so that you do not go to the church. From the moment you enter the church, you realize that this is nothing like that. From that moment, I continued persevering. I had a perfect and beautiful daughter. We continued persevering in Japan, and I started evangelizing there. We returned to Brazil and opened a company of iron and steel. The greatest possessions I have today is the baptism in the Holy Spirit. He has filled every void, the emptiness I used to have and tried to fill with things like buying clothes. You think, I will buy clothes, shoes to fulfill myself. However, when you have the baptism, it fulfills everything. You don't need anything else. He fills all the emptiness we have. Inside the church, I learned how to use my faith. The pastor always says, with the Holy Spirit, we have all the strength. He will help you in all things. Everything you need, you can ask Him, and He will give. You will no longer be afraid of anything. You will only go forward and will be able to achieve anything you want through Him. I have learned many things that I never imagined I would whilst I was in the world. I am grateful to the Universal Church for everything that we learn here every day. And the Holy Spirit gives me strength to overcome all the battles of my daily life.